All right, first I'd like to take you guys through the boat and just do a general orientation and show you the layout. When you first board the boat, you'll board at the stern, and the captain that will transport you out will also give you an orientation to the boat. But here's the cockpit. We got dual helms, steering wheels, a little windy. The deck out there. You guys can sit, eat dinner up here. The center console has leaves that fold out, and there's a bar underneath to prop it. These lockers here, just stay out of those, so I have personal stuff in there. On the starboard side, stern, we have the outdoor shower, and you can just lay this across here, but when the water's on, all you gotta do is pull the trigger. This will dump out water pretty fast, about 3 gallons a minute, so we want to conserve the water. Try not to take a very long shower back here, and that'll conserve water. We have the grill back here. I'll show you how to use that in a little bit. Life ring. These lanterns come on automatically. You can put them out in the sun. Just make sure they don't roll off the boat for a little bit extra charge, but they'll stay on most of the night. And they also serve as kind of our anchor lights. The deck up here, welcome to lounge all around here. Don't step or sit on the hatches. They're not weight bearing. And make sure you hang on to something, one hand for you, one hand for the boat, as you get used to the motion on the water, especially if you've never been on a boat. The bimini here has the solar panels on it. Be very careful with the bimini. It's not load bearing. Try not to grab these white straps, they're real loose. You can certainly hang on or use any of the tubing, the steel tubing, to help you, the aluminum tubing anyway. Take a look at the sugar sloop. There's a ladder here. You'll just have to untie this little knot and undo the bungee to let it down. And this, I call this the fish gate. This can be slid up and moved out of the way. You can just put it to the side. Just make sure you always tie a little knot so nothing falls down in the water. On our center console here, we have our chart plotter and the wind instrument, the tri-data, and the autopilot. You don't need to know anything about these. You don't need to know anything about the ignition. Hands off. This is the binnacle compass here. You're welcome to take a look at that and check out where the boat's pointed. We have some cup holders in the center console. There's some sunscreen, a horn. In that orange bag, there are a bunch of clothespins to hang towels or anything out on the lifelines. Periodically, the pump out service will have to come through and pump out the bathroom head tanks, and these hoses will need to stay up here so that they can do their job. There's some really nice chairs here in the cockpit. They fold and have little backrests, and they kind of lock into place. So pretty easy to figure out. You're welcome to take them out on deck. All right. When we come down the ladder, a little safer to hang on to something, maybe come down backwards. It is a little steep. Once we get down into the boat, we can immediately see the salon area with the dining table. We have the galley to port. We have port aft cabin and the slightly larger starboard aft cabin. There should be fresh linens and towels and pillows ready to go for you guys. The cabinets in each of the aft cabins are pretty full. I keep a lot of tools and things in there, so you guys can just use the shelf space for any things that you bring, clothing, all that. A look at port aft, and there are life jackets easily accessible in the back area, which I call the garage. Here's the rear head with the toilet. I'll give a demonstration of that in a little bit. Moving forward, we have the forward head. Same thing, toilet, sink, pretty normal. This is the crew quarters, which is full of stuff right now, but this will be all for storage. And then the V-berth, which is the most forward cabin. This is where I normally stay, but this will be ready to go in case you want to stay in there. So you have your choice of 3 cabins to set up.